industrializing Ghana, we cannot go without cocoa. It is therefore important that we look at the cocoa industry and see what we can do in order to make it have this industrialization drive. It is also appropriate to note that the theme that has been selected by COSA for their week celebration says that we are increasing cocoa consumption among Ghanaians. So the two themes sync together, and we'll take a little time and quickly go through to see what are the requirements for each one of us. As we do this, we must remember that this industry has come this far because of the resilience and the hard working of the Ghanaian cocoa farmer. And we need to give the Ghanaian cocoa farmer the credit for sustaining this industry for the past century to get it to this height. Cocoa production in Ghana has increased over the years. And as we recorded last crop year, we had as high as 986,000 metric tons of cocoa. Very close to getting back to the 1 million ton that we achieved in 2010-11. But we have seen some unstable production. Why? Because of certain things that have happened to the industry, particularly with the cocoa farming. Our cocoa farmers in Ghana still have the lowest productivity in the sub-region, and we must do something about it. As a result of this, Cocoa Board has introduced a number of interventions. One is to aim at improving the productivity of the farmer so that the farmer's livelihood can be improved. And how do we achieve this? We all recall the mass spraying exercise that was introduced in 2001, and this program is aimed at controlling the pests and diseases that plague the cocoa farms. And so this program is still ongoing, and we are strengthening it so that we can continue to protect the crop. This year, we would see mass pruning as one of the interventions that Cocoa Board is introducing to farmers. This has never happened in Ghana, and so we will put together a team that will do this mass pruning. The objective is to help to condition the farms for a higher productivity. And this will be followed by the hand pollination, which have been introduced already, which is causing some farms to have threefold and fourfold in production, and farmers are very excited. We will scale it up this year to enable a lot more farmers to have the benefit of hand pollination. We would also seriously undertake cocoa rehabilitation program. If you visit the western region, you see a lot of our cocoa dying because of the effect of swollen shoots virus disease. And if we are talking about increasing cocoa production, then we must be able to look at the effect of CSSVD on the cocoa farms. So we are putting things in order to engage massive rehabilitation, which will help us to renovate and resuscitate the cocoa farms. As we do this, if the production comes up, what then do we do with the cocoa that we are producing? Are we going to continue to be shipping the raw cocoa beans to foreign land and taking the monies that it offers us? We have been witnesses to the fact that over the past 10 months or so, we have lost more than $1,000 per metric ton in the price on the international market. This alerts us that we need to do something more than we have been doing all the time. In line with government's policy to improve on this, government decided that 50% of cocoa produced in Ghana must be processed. Value must be added. And therefore, we're calling on all who are interested in cocoa processing to come in and process the cocoa. But to what level? We have seen cocoa processing go to the secondary level, and then shipped outside. Cocoa Board's policy now is geared towards accepting companies that will process cocoa to the tertiary level. In doing so, we would have added a lot more value to the cocoa, and we know that the world cocoa economy is an over 100 billion economy. But how much do we bring into our economy here? The producers are bringing less than 10% of that. And so adding value to it will help us to rake in some of the benefits that we have on the upstream. As a result of that, we would have to improve cocoa consumption locally. It's estimated that cocoa consumption in Ghana per capita is 0.5 kg. And if you compare this to some other countries, Switzerland and co, who are eating 11 kilos as per capita consumption, then we are nowhere near. But we are producing the best cocoa, and therefore we have to consume it, not only for the sake of consumption, but for the fact that cocoa has a lot of nutritional and health benefits that we need for our citizenry. It is in line with this that I agree with the team chosen by COSA that we are increasing cocoa consumption among Ghanaians. The role of COSA then. So what are the expectations of COSA? We expect that the staff of COSA, who are Cocoa Board staff, who are working with cocoa, should be able to tell people the health benefits of cocoa and the reason why they should consume cocoa. You must be ambassadors, as your team indicates. And therefore, our expectation is that we'll see a lot more of Cocoa Board staff engage people on cocoa consumption. You can also engage yourselves in businesses that are related to cocoa. You can advise people to enter into that. So as the team says, Ghanaians are supposed to participate. So what is the participation? We would wish to see a day that our homes, when we are preparing food, we add a little of cocoa because of the rich nutrients that it has. And if every Ghanaian will consume cocoa, at least every day take a cup of natural cocoa powder, we will save on our health bill, and we will see a lot more of the income being generated for the cocoa farmer. So Cocoa Board will be embarking on generic cocoa consumption promotion this year. And as we embark on that generic promotion, we expect the processing companies and the individuals, especially the handmade chocolate makers, to up their game and process the cocoa into various forms that can be consumed locally. If we do that, then our dream of industrializing this country can be achieved, particularly because we have the raw material, which is cocoa, and we can industrialize along that side. We can also create a lot more businesses that are related to the cocoa industry. And at the end, we can say that there will be a lot of job creation. So we wish COSA well, and we hope that this week we'll see a lot more education among Ghanaians on cocoa consumption, and at the end of the day, we will see a more vibrant cocoa industry for our country. Thank you very much.